Good morning from Your Best Car in Kent. My name's Ben. I'm from one of our 2 UK branches. This one's in Cranbrook, 10 miles outside of Tunbridge Wells, or just a 40-minute train commute from London. Our other site is in Buckinghamshire near Marlow, and combined we have over 500 5-star reviews. So please do check out our website to see the reviews of our happy customers and of course the rest of our fleet. Before I get into the walk around, I'd just like to answer 2 of the most frequently asked questions we get here at Your Best Car, being do we take part exchange and do we offer finance? The answers are both yes and yes. We will take your part exchange. We can even pay off your outstanding finance on your current car. Then on top of that, I'm thrilled to say that we are industry beating with our low APR finance rates. So if finance is the route for you, please do get in contact with us, or you can visit our website, yourbestcar.co.uk. We actually have a finance calculator at the bottom of every advert, so whether it's PCP or HP, you can put in some numbers, find something that works for you. Before you even hit apply, there's a finance breakdown of the contract, and then when you do hit apply, we can get in contact with you from there. So this is the walk around video for our 7-seater Land Rover Discovery HSE Luxury, presented in probably one of the most popular Land Rover colourways, Santorini Black Metallic Paint. This car has the 3-litre V6 diesel engine, making it a Euro 6 compliant car, producing 306 brake horsepower. It's also the HSE Luxury, as I just mentioned, meaning you're getting the best Land Rover features. It also comes with full Land Rover service history. So down here, we've got the unmarked 21-inch 9-spoke alloy wheels. These are the style 9002, I do believe. So when I say unmarked, that means there's no signs of scratches, there's no curbing, there's no scuffs, so no damages to point out to any of these alloys. Taking a look at the side profile, we can see there's rear privacy glass and gloss black window surrounds, a black roof, just to add to that stealthy exterior look. Black mirror caps as well. When the car is locked, the side mirrors are folded in, like so. The car also has keyless entry, so right now the key's in my pocket. When I come up to the door and unlock the handle, the side mirrors will pop out and we can have a hop inside. So you'll notice straight away the interior has that darkened theme continuing through it, just like the outside. These are the ebony black perforated Windsor leather seats, and then you've got this charcoal oak wooden trim around the center console and the inner door panel. It's a really nice touch there. A leather wrapped multifunction steering wheel. The seats can be electrically adjusted. They've also got a memory mode that is found just on the inner door panel. These are climate seats too, so they can be heated and cooled. And then the steering wheel column can also be electrically adjusted just down there. And it can be heated too. I'll show you that when the electrics are on. We've also got Meridian upgraded surround sound system. An opening sunroof, well, 2 sunroofs actually. Again, when the electrics are on, I'll show you how that works. Also on this steering wheel, as it is a multifunction steering wheel, you've got your adaptive cruise control, all your multimedia buttons, hands-free buttons, your paddle shifters as well. And then in the middle is your main in-car entertainment system. So if I have a hop inside, we've got keyless start. Let's turn this on. So you've got a nice touchscreen display. Let's turn down that and have a cycle through some of these features. So you've got a really nice user interface. You can see the sub menus here, but then you can go to the next menu and the next menu and so on. So it's really neatly laid out. We just go from left to right. We've got your navigation. So again, it takes up the entire screen. Being touchscreen, you can pinch and zoom, you can move it around, see your points of interest, and then of course you can input your destination like usual. Radio, so FM, AM, DAB radio. In terms of your other multimedia, you can connect up your phone. So via Bluetooth, you can play your music. You can also connect up your phone book via Bluetooth, so you can have your phone book on here, make calls and take calls. And then you may have just seen, and you may have already seen in the photos, you've got rear entertainment in the back. So you've got 2 TV screens on the backs of the front 2 seats. You can manually, so this is your master control, you can choose what the passengers see in the back, but there's also a remote. Again, I'll show you that in just a second, but you can choose between the radio on the front and your media library, so your multimedia that I just explained. Onto the right, so you can see Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You can see in the photos that I've added my phone, I've connected that up so you can play Apple CarPlay, but like I just said, if you haven't got Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you've still got Bluetooth to connect up your entertainment. Web browser down here, your camera modes. So you've actually got, if we just click that again, a wider lens, and then your normal lens as well. If we put it into reverse, you'll see where the tow bar is out. As you turn the wheel, you've got tow bar assistance as well. Put that back into park, go back to home, and then on your third point, you've got ambient lighting. You can go through your seat settings. So where I said this is these front two seats are climate seats. You can cool and heat. You've got an intensity of 3 for each. We'll definitely keep it on hot for a winter's day like today, but you've got both options on both sides. You can then select the rear seats, which have got heated capabilities. Again, an intensity of 3. So these are your manual controls, or your master controls, and then you can also control the rear seats from the rear as well. So if we go to climate, which is just here, this is your climate control settings, but then you've got your dials down here. So this is your intensity, and then your temperature on the left and right hand side. A little bit further down, your center console. So again, a very neatly laid out center console. You've got your gear stick here, but then of course your paddle shifters switching into manual. This is your electronic air suspension. Normally we just keep it in automatic, but you can cycle through your special programs. As you've got grass, gravel, snow. Let me just show you what I can see through here. Mud ruts, sand, rock crawl. We'll just keep it in comfort or automatic for now. So very handy for a car of this size. Another thing to point out is you've got your manual electronic ride height suspension. So right now, what you've seen in the video and in the photos is your lowest access height. So you can see this light is lit up here. This is locked at its lowest height that you can raise the car to. I've also added in the advert the dimensions, the specifications of how big and how high off the floor the car is in its various modes. And then just under here, a little storage unit, 2 USB ports, 12-volt socket, and your micro SIM port too. So up above, your sunroof. This first pane opens up. We can press this button here. That's your mode 1. That is just a tilt, but then we press it again, and it will slide backwards for you. And you've actually got a very generous sunroof in the back of the rear seats too. We'll get to that in just a second. Let's close that. Fantastic. So we'll turn off the electrics and we'll have a look at the rest of the car, the rear seats next. So we've got the same seat upholstery back here, so the premium Windsor leather seats. These seats have an electric adjustment. Of course, there is a mode to get into the back, and then you can see the rear TVs back here. You can see in the photos all the different functions, but you've got this remote here to control it. So you've got the left-hand side for the left and then for the right, and then this you'll be able to control all the different functions. In the middle is your air conditioning controls. Then you've got another 2 USB ports, 2 HDMI cables, well, ports, and then 2 5-volt sockets. Now to get into the rear seats, we can press the button on this shoulder. You can do the exact same on the other side. You'll click it into place here, and then you've just got to move it forward, and that will give you your opening to get into the back, where you can see once again the exact same leather seats back here. So all passengers feel that same level of luxury. And then to slide it back into place, you do it like so, just once, and then that will fold for you. So moving around to the rear, you can see the privacy glass extends all the way back. You've got the window surrounds here, also in gloss black, and then the rear graphic too. One of the main talking points is the electrically deployable tow bar. I'll show you how that works right now. So we can open the tailgate with pressing the button once. You've then got an inner tailgate too, which can also be opened by pressing this button. This is also a big control, a control center to, well, first of all, do the inner tailgate, you can control the seats. You can also raise and lower the rear end of the car. So if you need to lift something into the back of the car, which is a little bit heavy, you just want to give yourself a little bit more adjustment, you can do so, a little bit more assistance, I should say. So to collapse these rear two seats, we can press the button once, stand back, it will all do it for you. Then we can see it folds down perfectly fine. You can do the exact same for the middle row seats. So no manual labor needed. You can just press the button and that will collapse fully flat, and it'll give you pretty much a van-like space in the rear, as you would expect from a Land Rover Discovery. And the tow bar button, finally. So we press this button here, you'll hear the alert, it will start beeping. If you give it 10-15 seconds or so, it will eventually release and click back into place. Again, no manual labor needed. You can just let it be on its way, and then eventually that will click. The alert will stop, and then you can proceed. So we can close the boot all in one by pressing this button, all done electronically. So if you're interested in buying the Land Rover Discovery, you can give us a call on 01580 712 115, or you can send us an email to sales@yourbestcar.co.uk. Both of those options, you can let us know about your part exchange. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we can take your part exchange, you can pay off outstanding finance. We do offer finance on our current cars. Once you've made that initial contact with us, we're all on WhatsApp, we're on iMessage. So if you need to send over some details about your car, or you just have some questions about ours, feel free to message us on there also. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video, and best of luck with your search for a new car.